What is up everyone, my name's Al from Games Group, and today I'm discussing 5 points that I think Sega should kind of follow if they were ever to return to the hardware market. Now obviously there's been trends of sort of fan consoles and things like that, ideas floating around for quite a while now. Obviously some of them getting, really gaining traction. The one thing, or the 5 points I'm going to sort of explain today will explain what I personally think Sega would need to do to return to the hardware market in a successful way and do it the right way. But again, this is all just what I think anyway. Now first, but no means least, we're going to talk about storage. We're going to need sort of 2 terabytes, I'd say roughly 2 terabytes of storage, and I'll tell you why. This needs to be SSD. This cannot be sort of the classic hard drives of the day. This needs to be SSD. This needs to be quick storage just for sheer boot times. And 2 terabytes is probably going to do well for the next point I'm going to sort of point out. I secondly think it needs to have access, this console, whatever it looks like, whatever it is, needs to have access to the entire Sega catalogue. That needs to be the back catalogue as well as new. This, it kind of needs to be maybe a Netflix of games. Now whether that, is probably going to end up being some sort of subscription service, fine. If it's not, a stupidly heavy price. If we're talking around sort of, $6.99, $5.99, something like that, I think people would go for it. But it has to have all of the games that Sega have ever either published or produced themselves. I just think that would be a selling point for it being a Sega console and the reason you buy a Sega console. Talking, of saves, we also need to have jump in and jump out save states. So a little bit like you've already got with the Mega Drive Mini and basically most emulators nowadays. I think it needs to have jump in, jump out save states because not everyone has the time to burn on gaming like they used to because of the sheer amount of games there are nowadays. It just needs to, they have to have the whole save whenever you want, jump into that save whenever you want. That's a given nowadays. As well as that, I'd also say it needs to have 4-player co-op, and when I mean 4-player co-op, I mean in the same room co-op. Don't get me wrong, this will have to have access to the internet because obviously, you also want to be able to play multiplayer online with your friends, or people you don't even know. But then also we need to bring back 4-player couch co-op because games like Streets of Rage, Mortal Kombat, all those kind of Gunstar Heroes, all those kinds of games benefit from playing with someone in this same room as you. And if they can do that, fantastic. Oh yeah, let's not forget micro machines. Also, my last point here is, as well as the sort of Netflix of games, I would love it to also have cartridge slots and optical disc drives as well. So this will just, this will cover everything. So it'll be the Saturn, the Dreamcast, Master System, Game Gear, Mega Drive, all of those I want to be able to see playable on this console. Now obviously this is not going to come at some cheap price. If they ever did something like this, I'm sure it'd be quite expensive. Do I personally ever see this happening? I'm not so sure, I don't think so. I kind of wonder whether Sega are testing the sort of waters with their mini consoles like the mini Game Gear, the mini Mega Drive. They'll probably end up doing a mini Sega Saturn and a mini Dreamcast. It's probably going to happen at some point, but would they amalgamate this all into one console? I'm not so sure, but I know there are a lot of projects going on at the moment that are trying to do this. Other consoles like Polymega and all that sort of stuff are all kind of trying to do this anyway, and so especially with the Retron series of consoles as well. But when we're talking actual Sega console, they've not done this yet. Will they do this? I don't know. Sega are doing pretty damn well at arcades and software and publishing at the moment. They're probably not too concerned at the moment on consoles themselves. I don't know. It's one we'd have to wait out and see. I'm really not sure at this point in time. Anyway, they're my 5 points as to why I think, or what I think Sega should do if they were to sort of think about returning to the hardware market. I think that's what fans want. Give me a nice little comment in the description below, or a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending what you think of my ideas. But I'd like to obviously see all of your comments down below to see exactly what you guys would like to see if Sega ever did return to the hardware market. I've been Al from Games Group. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.